Anti-Semitism, some people say, is the world's oldest hatred, and it has transmuted itself over time.
ODIHR is, at this time, the only institution with a really strong mandate in fighting anti-Semitism in the whole OSCE. And therefore, we have also an obligation now to address these issues, to speak out where necessary. So we do that in case we see threats for Jewish communities.
It's sometimes violence, desecrations of cemeteries, synagogues, attacks on Orthodox Jews because they're visibly Jewish.
All of these incidents not only have a profoundly negative impact on the everyday lives of Jewish communities and Jewish individuals, their enjoyment of human rights and fundamental freedoms, but they also infuse a sense of fear and insecurity among them. So for this very reason, the governments, as the primary duty bearers, have a responsibility to improve their responses to anti-Semitic hate crimes, and by working closely together with the Jewish communities to better address their security needs.
In the area of security, the project aims to build the capacity of parliamentarians and government officials so that they can more effectively prevent and respond to anti-Semitic hate crimes, and more effectively, with Jewish communities and civil society, address the security needs of Jewish individuals and communities.
How is the project doing that in concrete terms? The first very concrete output of the security component of the Words into Action project is a very practical guide that first and foremost addresses those that are responsible for securing Jewish communities and addressing anti-Semitic hate crime, namely law enforcement authorities. The practical guide provides for very practical steps how to improve security of Jewish communities, how to recognize anti-Semitic hate crime, how to recognize the bias motives in such crimes. It also aims to share best practices from across the OSCE region. Some countries have large Jewish communities where there's a lot of experience, but other countries have smaller communities and there might be much less experience in addressing the security concerns of Jewish communities. This guide really documents very clearly the political commitments that participating states made when it comes to hate crime. So civil society can use these commitments to advocate, for example, for resources in the field of security for Jewish communities. Lastly, it also aims at promoting concrete collaboration between, for example, Jewish community security experts and volunteers, and those in the law enforcement community that are dealing with securing these same communities. The second concrete output of the security component of the Words into Action project deals more with civil society. We have developed a platform. It's online, it's very easy to use for those that are experiencing incidents of hate crime, racism, hate speech. So the NGOs that will host and use this platform can use it to provide support to those that experience such incidents, the victims. It can use it to report, for example, to police or to other authorities. And they also can make automated reports based on the database and analyze the data of incidents during a certain period. And that can support further policy development and intervention to really address the problem at its core. When these concrete outputs are taken together with real political commitment, I believe we can make a real impact in addressing anti-Semitic hate crime in the near future.
It's a collaboration, really, between governments and the Jewish communities, which best ensures the security of the communities.